the National Football League on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings, and it's all up next.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin, so pleased to be joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, these Vikings had things rolling in 2022, a 13-4 record, new head coach, an exciting offense, but it all came crashing down in another early playoff exit.
And that really was because of the defensive side of the ball. They had a terrific record. Would they win 11 games by 1 score or less, an NFL record? Got to get strong on the defensive side in order to get deeper into the playoffs.
Well, meanwhile, for the Jets, even putting the quarterback situation aside, this is an exciting time for them right now. Yeah, they were just 7-10 last year, I get that, but they're building a roster that's potentially got some future stars involved.
They certainly are. Remember, going 7-10, they were 7-3 at one point last season, and they finished the year with the offensive and defensive rookies of the year. So you know that this roster is really on the rise.
Here's Wilson to throw right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On play action, it's Dobbs. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Johnny Mudd, 31 yards. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. Run play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here? Ball has it knocked loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad. Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. Room to maneuver at the 35. He may go. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 67 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And they'll accept that penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now left side on the swing pass. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Dobbs to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Madison running on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Gonna run with Madison again. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Madison. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joshua Dobbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
So he looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
On the return is Powell. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there is never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. There he goes, right side. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, 54 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. They find some open field here. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36. Now it's Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Here's Powell on the return. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working.
There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. He's on his way. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 168 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Back to throw Dobbs. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking on the midfield logo.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Alexander Madison leading this Vikings offense out there to begin the next drive.
Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Dobbs. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Dobbs to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for.
And it's 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Dobbs. Rolling to his right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Dobbs eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Joshua Dobbs taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Dobbs. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On second down, here's Wilson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota.
Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
N'Keal Harry, 32 yards. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Daniil Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Wilson now throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. They'll roll him out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you.
Touchdown, Vikings! Alexander Madison. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Finding room at midfield and finally brought down at the 43. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Randall Cobb, 50 yards.
And the Jets are able to claw one back.
Zerline good with a PAT. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
228 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough
blitz coming, and down he goes.
John Franklin Myers coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Another carry now for Madison.
And a nice spin into some open field.
Across midfield. He's on his way.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, 79 yards.
And the Vikings continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now it's Wilson. He'll get this to Lazard. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's taken in at the 9. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. And quickly they get to the line. On first down, Dobbs to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On play action, it's Dobbs sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Joseph on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's caught. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Here's Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw again is Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Zerline connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Let's roll. Once again, we got to get this aggressive, baby. Let's focus in on what we got to do here. Every day, let's do what we do every day. Get him going, baby. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Get him now. On the jump.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.